what is in them. And when we recognize what is in them, we do everything we can to make sure they obtain and they reach their full potential. Praise the Lord. Make sure they reach their full potential. And when God was looking at David, he looked at David out there in the field and saw the faithfulness of that young boy. And from that point, he anointed him. But when he anointed him, David did not go to the throne. He was anointed and went right back to the field. And from then on, his life, he was so used to being the second person in the first position. He knew he was the king. He knew he was the person who was supposed to be the king. He knew he is anointed to be the king. He knew this is it. God has rejected Saul, and Saul is no longer the king. I am the king. But we have never heard of the story one day that David went and told Saul, or David gathered a few people around him and told a few people, do you know God has rejected this guy? Do you know? We have never heard that David started putting together a kitchen cabinet. We never heard. Why? Because the person that he was, the faithfulness and the grace in him brought him even through much and much more dangers. Praise the name of the Lord. Today, I don't want to take more time. But I want to if you can realize anything, if you can grasp anything, today, I want to insist on faithfulness. I want to preach about faithfulness. I want to if I can do anything else, if I can make it like tea and give it to each and every one of you to drink, I would. About being faithful. About being faithful even when nobody sees you. About being faithful even when you are by yourself. About being faithful even when nobody else expects you to be. Be faithful. Praise the name of the Lord. Be faithful. Be faithful. Tell your neighbor, be faithful. But to tell them like you mean it. Be faithful. Be faithful. Tell them. Be faithful. Because what has lacked in the world today is faithfulness. What has crippled homes today is faithfulness. What has brought down big corporations is faithfulness. What has brought down countries is what? That is what has brought down everything. Bible says, upon this rock I will build my church. Not even the gates of hell shall prevail against it. And that rock had faithfulness to the core. Had faithfulness to the core. We have seen homes closed. We have seen homes. I am from a village where we have closed homes. Closed them. Because nobody want to live there anymore. Why? Because one person in that home decided to be unfaithful. And when they become unfaithful, they come and bring aids and that they sweep on the whole. Yes, was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? There was that lady in a university here. And she said that she had AIDS and had infected a few people. I think 45 young men. And she had a countdown, like Walinda, to release the names of people that have been unfaithful. Could we be faithful? The faithfulness of one boy out there when nobody saw him made him Some people are appointed, others are anointed. The appointed people, when the going gets tough, they quit. The appointed people, when the going is so hard, they leave the course. We saw about Queen Vashti. Queen Vashti was appointed to be the queen. We know the story of Vashti and Mordecai, right? Mordecai and Esther and all that. Because she was appointed to be queen. When she got a little drunk and went out of her comfort zone, she could not hold the decorum of a queen anymore. And she was rejected. And God anointed Esther to be queen. And that is why even when the going was tough, Mordecai, all he had to do was remind Esther, you, who knows if you have come to the kingdom for such